Note that var of big Y bar is not 0 and therefore implies big Y bar is not constant. When n is small, the sample mean can be far from mu sub big Y. Hypothesis testing concerning the population mean. In the hypothesis testing problem, we compare two hypotheses about the population mean. We do not know the value for the population mean, and thus we do not know which of the two hypotheses is true. We use observations to guess which one is more likely to be true. Null and alternative hypotheses. In a typical hypothesis testing problem, we want to know whether one hypothesis denoted by big H sub naught is more likely to be true compared to another hypothesis denoted big H sub 1. We say testing a null hypothesis big H sub naught against an alternative hypothesis big H sub 1. For two hypotheses big H sub naught and big H sub 1, we want to choose either reject null hypothesis H sub naught, big H sub naught in favor of big H sub 1, or fail to reject the null hypothesis in favor of big H sub 1. Again, for two hypotheses, we have big H sub naught, the null hypothesis, and the alternative hypothesis, big H sub 1. We want to choose either reject the null hypothesis in favor of the alternative or fail to reject the null hypothesis in favor of the alternative. Example, what is the mean GPA? Mu sub big Y is the mean GPA. It's an unknown parameter. H sub naught, the mean GPA is 3. H sub 1, the alternative, the mean GPA is not 3. Fail to reject big H sub naught in favor of big H sub 1. Or accept the null hypothesis does mean the null hypothesis is true. With a data set, roughly speaking, we have one of the following three cases. Number one, the data does not tell us anything. Number two, the data tells us the null hypothesis is likely to be true. 3, the data tells us the alternative hypothesis is likely to be true. For the first two cases, we say fail to reject H sub naught in favor of H sub 1. For the last case, we say reject big H sub naught in favor of big H sub 1. Testing for the population mean. Suppose open curly bracket big Y sub 1 through big Y sub n close curly bracket is a random sample from a population with unknown mean mu sub big Y and unknown variance sigma sub big Y squared. We are interested in the null hypothesis big H sub naught colon mu sub big Y equals mu sub big Y naught versus the alternative hypothesis big H sub 1 colon mu sub big Y not equal to mu sub big Y naught, where mu sub big Y naught is a value we specify. For example, Y is salary, and we are interested in whether the unknown mean mu sub big Y is equal to 50,000 mu sub big Y naught. Note that mu sub big Y is something we do not know, and mu sub big Y naught is something we choose, that i.e. we know.